Penny Newman. She's a mother, an environmental champion, a community leader. Her long journey of exemplary service began here in Jurupa Valley in the 1970s, where she led a group of concerned neighbors to take action against industry. 1 million gallons of chemical pollutants was pumped out from the Stringfellow acid pits and allowed to flow freely through the community of Glen Avon, causing residents to become sick.
That they didn't tell anybody they were doing it. They withheld that information. And so I was sending my 2 boys off to school every day without having any idea of the risk I was putting them in.
Local leaders knew about the contamination but did very little to clean up their mess. Heavily frustrated, Penny and many residents took matters into their own hands.
When I realized they already knew the facts. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew what the chemicals were. They knew their impacts on people. They just didn't give a shit about us. And that was difficult to get over. I think I kind of grew up. I realized what the world was really like in that moment. So a bunch of us moms kind of got together and decided this wasn't going to happen again. You know, we weren't going to allow somebody to be making decisions about our kids without us being in the middle of that discussion.
Penny and community leaders targeted polluters and governmental officials with actions to gain traction and visibility for Stringfellow. They fought hard and demanded that the pits be cleaned up and that polluters pay for the repercussions of their actions. Due to the organizing efforts of Penny and the concerned neighbors in action, Stringfellow was recognized as one of the first Superfund sites in the U.S.
Coming together, strategizing, being smart about it, and thinking it through, that you could change anything. And we did. It was just regular people, ordinary moms and dads, who were fighting for their families, standing up against some of the biggest powers in the world, and winning.
She took the lessons learned from Stringfellow and created the Center for Community Action and Environmental Justice to help other communities in the inland region who are facing similar battles with industrial contamination. From there, CCAEJ focused on uplifting the voices of those most impacted by sources of pollution.
So I talked with a lot of people I had met to see if there was a real need for another organization or not, and we all decided that there was a need for an organization that can be kind of a people's institute. And so we made a decision that we were going to hire people who were bilingual. We were going to change the face of the organization. It wasn't going to be all white people. That we had to, the demographics are changing here. If we wanted to represent the community, we have to be the community. And it's really why when I was retiring, one of the things I really wanted to see was that the face, the head of this organization be a person of color. That is the population that needs to step forward, that is being impacted the hardest, and that needs to have a voice here and a strong voice. And the infrastructure we've created here, the knowledge that we have here, the skills that we have here, have to be at their disposal first. I know a lot of people use empowerment as, it's not something we're giving to somebody, you know, we're anointing them, you're now empowered. It's helping them discover the power that they have and the skills and the value that they bring to the discussion. And that is probably what I consider the biggest success that we've had.